Jim, speaking of WrestleMania 9, it comes and goes, and for whatever reason, you're not on the card. Do you have any recollection of why you wouldn't have worked a match there?
No, I think they sent me somewhere. Was that the one in Vegas?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they sent me to Reno. They did a big, huge WrestleMania party in Reno, and I went up there. Yeah, I was obviously disappointed not to be on the card, but way it goes.
Mania will end in kind of controversial fashion with two WWF title changes in about 2 minutes, Jim. Yokozuna is going to defeat Bret Hart, but then himself lose to Hulk Hogan in an unscheduled match. Jim, a lot of fans seem to believe that Hogan politicked himself into this spot, and Bret Hart feels that Hogan pressured Vince into giving him back the belt. In my opinion, it was probably just a business move because Hogan's such a proven draw. I know that you were friends with both Bret and Hulk, but I have to ask your thoughts on the matter. Like, do you think that that's something that Hulk would do?
Sure, of course. Same
Yeah.
anybody would do.
Uh,
It's
uh,
a cutthroat backstab business. Pro wrestling is entertainment. It's television. It's movies. It's sports, all rolled into one. And to be on top of it, cutthroat backstab business. Who do you trust? Nobody. Wrestling handshake goes like this: you shake your hand and stab it in the back. That's a wrestling business. It's the big league, caps and sleeves, and you got to survive. It's an art form. It's a testament to guys' ability. I mean, and Hogan, yeah, as he did with uh, Hall and Nash and NWO down there. They were Hall and Nash start going there. Hogan's kind of going down. Hogan sees that, boom. Hall and Nash takes it to a different level, a whole different. Hogan, one of the best business minds in the business. They don't get people don't give him credit.
And, for the fans' reference, this is back in the days, you guys were not on guaranteed contracts. And if you're working on top, you're getting the most money. If
That's
you have
where
the
you make
belt,
your
you get
money.
paid the
Yeah.
most. And so Hogan, I'm sure, is eyeing that spot.
Yeah, well, everybody wants to move up a spot, man. Everybody wants my spot, and the spot
Hmm.
below me wants the spot above, and the spot above, that's the nature of the business. If you're content, you're losing, brother. You gotta, and back in the day, they said on the Monday Night Wars, if your ratings dropped when you were on camera, boom, you were gone. It's it's as big as it gets. People don't realize, oh, it's all fake. It has nothing to do with it at all. Holy
Nope.
shit, it's all fake. It's always in Law and Order. Holy smokes. Try
Well,
to get one of those spots.
the world of entertainment, yeah, it's cutthroat, and you've got to kind of do what you have to do to position yourself.
And that's what I tell the kids when they try to do a Comic Con's getting ready to do the rest. Well, what I'm doing this weekend is,
Squared Circle Expo, I think, is coming up, and then you've got
yeah,
WrestleCon. There's
there's always a couple kids that come up and say, Hacksaw, I'm thinking of being a wrestler. I want to be a wrestler. You have any advice for me? And I said, yeah, I sure do, young man. Chase your dreams, because who would have ever thought Daniel Bryan? At least I never thought that kid would work. I looked
Mhm.
at the guy, I'm like, no. But there's a guy, yes, 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 that worked hard enough, had the right gimmick, had the right desire, had the right everything at the time he became a big star. So chase your dreams because you never know. But if you look at it as a businessman, there's 1,000 NFL football players. There's 400 NBA basketball players. There's 60 WWF, 40 AEW guys. I mean, you got a better chance of playing in the NBA than you do making it in wrestling. And it's just not kids from
Wow.
America. You got kids from Japan, Australia, Europe. Everybody wants one of those 100 spots. And to get one of those 100 spots, you got to take a job away from somebody that's there, that's holding on to it as tight as they can. Yeah, it's a tough, tough business. But you never know, because who would ever thought this would have worked?
That's a good point. Chase your dream, but give yourself some realistic expectations,
Yeah,
right?
I gave myself 5 years. If I hadn't started making money, those first 4 years were pretty lean.
Well, I did want to ask you too. Recently on my podcast with Ted, Everybody's Got a Pod, we played a clip of Jake talking about how he didn't think that Bret Hart was championship material, and he considers Bret time with the belt as a very downtime in wrestling. Jim, again, I know that you're friends with Bret, so certainly not asking you to bury the guy. But did you feel like Bret was a guy who was capable of being the flag bearer for the company the way Hogan had been?
No, not the way Hogan has been. Hogan obviously is a unique character. I mean, him and Flair, The Rock, and as much as I hate to say it, probably Stone Cold. I mean, but Bret was not a bad standard bearer. Are you kidding me? Bret was, you know, he was a great wrestler. He could wrestle. You know, Jake can't wrestle. No, Jake can wrestle, yeah. But a lot of guys like me, I can't wrestle at all. People actually, what's your favorite move? I said, I kick and punch. I'm a brawler. I'm not a wrestler. Bret was a good wrestler. He could actually all the tech. Him and Shawn could have a good move, a good match. Second generation guy. Yeah, I don't know who else you would put it on. I mean, you look through the pool of wrestlers around back then. I think Bret was a good choice. Yeah.